Welcome to Word to Ownership. My name is Wes. We're going to continue with market updates. Right now, many people are wondering what's happening in real estate during this pandemic. Is the market going up or is the market going down? We create these updates to give you a good look at the condition of the market in your area. Today, we're going to Coweta County, Georgia. Coweta County is one of the counties in Metro Atlanta. As you know, Metro Atlanta is a group of counties, 29 counties that make up the region, and Coweta is one of these counties. We are trying to give you updates on some larger local markets. These are a group of counties and a group of cities. These, I call them sub-markets in Metro Atlanta, have populations above 50,000 people. And this is the list. Some counties and some cities, and Coweta is one of those counties with population above 50,000. In Coweta County, during the third quarter of 2020, we see the median home price for a detached home, single-family detached home, was $289,000. This update will focus on single-family detached homes, but you might be curious about condominiums and townhomes in Coweta County, so we want to share this with you very quickly. We did not find any data for condominium sales in Coweta County during the third quarter of 2020. But for townhomes, we have a median sales price of $185,000. We want to take a look at two macroeconomic metrics just to consider them because they are very important for the real estate market. And these numbers are really, not really local numbers, but actually for the country as a whole. We know the median mortgage rate is about 3%. We simplify the number. It might be 3 point something, or so it's about 3%, which is historically low compared to where mortgage interest rate used to be, historically. And the unemployment rate was maybe under 3%. Or about 3% before the pandemic, and now during the past several months, it wavers around 8%±. Now, we're going to look at a group of metrics which will give us an insight into the real estate market in the local area. And this is the list here. The first one is median price, which we already looked. So the median sales price for a single family detached home in Coweta County during the third quarter of 2020 was $289,000. We want to compare this with last year. So the same time period last year, it was $269,000. So we see an increase in price of 7.2%. Next, we have price per square feet. So we see for third quarter of 2020, it was 123, and last year it was 104. So we have an 18% increase in price per square feet. So this shows clear increase in price during this year over year. And next we have dollar volume of closed sales. This is the aggregate value of all the sales during the period. We have like $35 million, while last year same period it was about 26 million. So we see a 30% increase. So these were the price metric, which shows movement in price. Is price going up or is price going down? Price is going up. The next set of metric here, we are looking at supply, the availability of homes in Coweta County. Okay, so new listing in Coweta County during this time period was actually not too far from last year. This year was 182. Last year was 184. So we see a big difference here. In some other counties, we see a reduction in supply as high as 12% for new listings. But here we see it's really insignificant, a negative 1.1%. Okay, next. Okay, now this number is more significant. This is number of homes for sale. So that the number of homes that was for sale during this time period, we see a reduction of 17%. So if you compare Coweta County with a place like Gwinnett County, where we had a reduction of close to 40% in supply, In Coweta County, we only see about 17% reduction in in supply and availability of homes for sale in the marketplace. So that's a difference. So it maybe as you go further away from the center of the region, you see less of this reduction in supply. Next, we have number of closings. For number of closings, we have actually an increase here. We have a 9.7% increase. So this is pretty much due to the fact that most of the people were not out there looking for houses during March and June because they were scared. And some of those sales that were supposed to happen during that period happened during the third quarter. The last two metrics we're going to take a look at here are what I call demand metrics. Showing per listing, we see this is consistent throughout the region. We have an increase of 126% in showing per listings. We have for the average home that was in the market in 2019, you had 1.5, we have 1.5 showing, and during this year we have 3.4 showings. So this is an increase. It's because of the reduction in supply that we saw of a negative 17%. Next, we have time on the market, and we can see during the third quarter 2019 last year, a house would go under contract. It took like 38 days in Coweta County, but during this year it took 21 days. So we have a reduction of 44% in the amount of time, because demand is pretty strong and supply has been reduced, as it is throughout the country. It is less so in Coweta County than it is in Cobb County, in Gwinnett County, but also the trend is similar for Coweta County. The takeaway here is price is increasing, demand is fairly strong, and supply is limited. Less so than other areas. Coweta County is a smaller county, is further away from the center of the region, but we see a similar trend. In Coweta County also, it is a seller's market, which means that sellers will get the price they are looking for because of the strong demand. The demand is really stronger in larger counties, but it is also there. And if you are a buyer in this market, also you will benefit from the low interest rate. That's what buyers have in this market. Is a low interest rate of about 3%, and it can even be as low as 2.something% for those with very good credit. Now, this was a quick look. This was a look at the condition of the real estate market in Coweta County, Georgia, for the third quarter 2020. Thank you.